For the sake of common understanding, I will avoid these nouns and convert it to a more general words that every one of us can understand better. Xiangli Yao is a liberation type main DPS, so you will need to have his energy gauge ready every rotation. And the best way to charge his energy is by spamming his skills throughout his field time. And he has 4 different skills that doesn't share cooldowns. But you can only see one skill ready at a time. But if we are to have an expanded UI, Xiangli Yao should have 4 skills with different cooldown. We categorize it with normal mode skills 1 and 2, then liberation mode skills 3 and 4. We go first with the normal mode. Skill 1, the one that is always shown here. It's a basic slash attack, but it will give the most energy and forte. Once the forte is charged up, skill 2 will be available. And when you press it, he will do a quick damage, then sends you to the air, and if you do a normal attack, he will do a special plunge attack. It just means more damage. While you are doing skill 2 in its plunge attack, the skill 1 is continuing its cooldown while all of these are happening. So skill 1 will most likely be available again right after you finish doing your skill 2. Skill 2 has no cooldown and will always be available every time your forte is full. These are the 2 skills he has if he is not on his liberation mode. Since the skill 1 has a fast cooldown and skill 2 doesn't have cooldown, you can charge up your energy very fast just by spamming skill buttons whenever they are ready. Now that we charge up his energy, we can now use his liberation. He will deal a strong nuke damage, then enters a mode that will change his forte gauge. On this mode, you cannot do the normal skills anymore. Instead, he will do the skill 3 and skill 4 version. Skill 1 display will be changed to skill 3 display. You will be seeing the skill 3 cooldown now. Skill 3 will almost look like the same with skill 2, doing a quick damage and sending you in the air to do a special plunge attack. Skill 3 was a longer cooldown, but it will charge up your new forte gauge after your plunge attack. Skill 4 will be available every time forte gauge is full. So after your plunge attack, you will see skill 4 doing damage and time slowing everything. Now that the forte gauge is empty and your skill is on cooldown, you are left with no choice but to do a normal attack. Complete this normal attack combo until you have your forte gauge charged up, so skill 4 will be available again. After this, skill 3 will be most likely be ready again. Use skill 3, plunge attack, then your forte gauge will be full charge again, and this means another skill 4. You only have 3 charges of skill 4. After this third use of skill 4, the liberation mode will end, and you're back to normal mode with skill 1 and skill 2 on your arsenal. And this is how his recommended combo string works. Again, all of this version of skills doesn't share the same cooldown. The forte gauge doesn't share as well. Liberation mode forte and normal mode forte is different. So right after your last skill 4 or when your liberation mode ends, you can instantly use skill 1 and skill 2. It is possible to do the skill 2 after your skill 4 if you charge up your normal forte before doing liberation. So when you're back to the normal mode, your normal forte is still full and skill 2 is available. Do the skill 2, then plunge, then skill 1, some normal attacks, then skill 2 again to pre-charge your liberation energy, then swap out. Skill 2, skill 4, and special plunge attack are considered liberation damage. Your normal attacks in liberation mode are normal attack damage. That's why we only did it once on the second rotation while everything is on cooldown. Skill 1 and skill 3 are considered skill damage. He has a lot of different scaling, but most of his damage comes from liberation damage. That's why his build and teammates needs to revolve around his liberation damage. And we'll talk about it on my next video, so go practice first this combo on this tutorial.